In the Democratic Alliance that remains relentless in its bid to have Minister of Police Bheki Cele removed from office, the opposition party is at the Constitutional Hill to unveil a new campaign against Cele. We now cross live to our colleague Canny Maphanga, who is there. Canny, a very good morning to you. Take us through what led the DA to having a bid to remove Police Minister Bheki Cele.
Good morning to you, Desiree, and the viewers at home. I'm coming to you live from the Constitutional Hill, where the official opposition, the Democratic Alliance, will be launching a bit of a new angle to its #Cele Must Go campaign that was launched just over a month ago. As you know, Cele Must Go has a petition which has approximately currently today just over 32,000 signatures, which is just short of its goal of 40,000. It's the DA's contention that Minister Bheki Cele has presided over the gutting of SABC's capacity, an attempted insurrection, failing crime intelligence, a massive DNA backlog, sharp reduction in detective numbers, 1/3 of SABC's vehicles out of service, and over 9,000 fewer SABC officers on the streets recently. To elaborate further on this message that's going to be unveiled today as a part of its campaign, I'm joined by the DA's Shadow Minister of Police, Mr. Andrew Whitfield, who's going to give us further details here. Mr. Whitfield, thank you so much for joining us ahead of this big unveiling that's going to happen in just over an hour. Just chat to me about the significance of the DA coming to the Constitutional Hill to unveil this message today.
Well, there's no better place to launch a democratic campaign in a democratic dispensation than Constitutional Hill. We believe that the Minister of Police has presided over the collapse of the South African Police Service, both as National Police Commissioner in his previous capacity and now as the Minister of Police since 2018. The Minister of Police consistently tells us that it is unconstitutional, for example, to call for the decentralization of police to provinces or local authorities. Well, we're here today to tell him that that is not in fact the case, and we're standing here at Constitutional Hill to let him know that we know the Constitution a little bit better than he does. The other point that we are trying to make today is to turn up the volume on our campaign to say that Bheki Cele must go. We've written to the President, we've called on the President in Parliament to remove the Minister from Cabinet and employ a person with unimpeachable integrity who can preside over the SABC. He has failed to listen to us. We're turning up the volume today, and we believe that our campaign tool, which is a billboard behind us, will really catch the attention of the President and hopefully drive some action.
Since you've launched this Cele Must Go campaign, have you received any correspondence by the powers that be regarding this call by the DA?
No powers yet. We haven't submitted the petition yet. We have a physical hard copy petition in provinces across the country on the ground. So the 32,000 digital signatures that we have on the online petition is tremendous progress. We've got thousands more that are coming into our head office every single day, and we're going to consolidate those in the coming weeks and months and make sure that we make a comprehensive submission to the President's office at the Union buildings and take this fight right directly to his door, because ultimately he is responsible for hiring or firing the minister.
And could you give us a hint as to what is behind this billboard behind you?
Well, we know that the Minister of Police, and I don't want to let the cat out of the bag, but we know that the Minister of Police is infamous for his reckless comments that he makes wherever he goes. He hops from crime scene to crime scene, flying on SABC's aircraft, which is how he gets miraculously from one crime scene to the next so quickly. And he stands there and often trashes a crime scene, walking through crime scenes, speaking ill of the victims of crime. And today we have a billboard behind us which is, we think, really provocative, that is going to speak to the hearts of South Africans who are offended by the comments that the Minister has made of late, and we think that the volume that this billboard will push out will get the attention of the President and the public at large.
All right, thank you so much. That was Mr. Andrew Whitfield, the DA's Shadow Minister of Police, just giving us a bit of a hint as to the billboard behind us as they launch a campaign tool as part of its #Cele Must Go campaign. Just in about an hour, Desiree, just to move out of frame, Andrew Whitfield himself will unveil this billboard that is behind us here at the Constitutional Hill. We'll continue to monitor these events here as they continue to unfold. Over to you in studio.
Canny, while we still have you, can you just bring Mr. Whitfield back into the conversation? There's a developing story right now about Democratic Alliance changes in Parliament. Does he have any comment for us, just in terms of what brought about those changes?
Mr. Whitfield, just to stay on subject, there's some changes within the Democratic Alliance in Parliament, specifically the changing of positions between Ms. Severo Gwarube as well as Natasha Mazzoni. Do you have any idea the reason behind these developments? Are you able to share that with us?
Well, I'm the DA Shadow Minister of Police. I'm not in the parliamentary leadership, and I'm not in the national leadership of the party, so I don't have any comment on it. I believe a statement has been issued or will be issued, which should set everything out, and I'm sure that John Steenhuisen will be available for comment. Unfortunately, I can't comment on it.
As a member of the DA, do you have an opinion on those changes?
Yeah, I think it's exciting. I think change is inevitable. We know that as South Africans, and I think that it indicates that the DA is a party that's constantly refreshing ourselves. We're looking for new ways to do things and to adapt to the changing environment where security is becoming an ever more pressing issue in South Africa. And so I think the appointment of the former Chief Whip to National Security Advisor to the official opposition, leader of the official opposition, is an interesting and positive move.
All right, thank you so much, Desiree. That was Mr. Whitfield just responding. He's deciding to remain mum on the details surrounding these changes, but describes them as a positive one. An exciting change to the Democratic Alliance in Parliament. Over to you in studio.
Well, thanks for trying, Canny Maphanga there, speaking to the Democratic Alliance Shadow Minister of Police, Andrew Whitfield.